Hi folks, on behalf of myself, my wife Sherry, our family, and our crew, we would like to welcome you to the Hill 70 Quantock Ranch. This is our 2014 bull sale preview video. I'd like to take you on a tour of this year's sale bulls. This morning it's minus 28 and the wind is howling, so we're doing this preview video in the sale barn where it's a little warmer and the wind isn't quite as cool. So grab a coffee, get in your easy chair, and we'll go on a quick tour. We're going to start with a small overview of some of our cows in the summertime, just to show you what differentiates us from some of our competitors. These are all really good, sound cows, no matter what breed, no matter calving what time of year, spring or fall. Moderate-sized cows that are really convenient, no excuses program, no trouble udders, and they'll all wean big calves every year. Bulls like this that are full-bodied, wide-based are what we strive to use and produce, no matter what breed. These are just a few of our fall calving cows calving on grass. You can see the exceptional small teats and very tidy udders, and this is calving on grass. Whether it be Angus or Hereford cows like this one, deep, moderate-sized cows is what we have and what our bulls will produce for you. We use bulls that are deep-bodied, wide-based, and maternally balanced to produce functional cows like you see on this video. These shots are taken in mid to late summer, produce some of the best sale bulls that you're going to find anywhere. Ours is a no excuses program. We never creep feed a calf. These calves live on their mother's milk and green grass. We want it that way so we can evaluate every cow. Charolais cows are no different. We strive for square, tidy udders. They'll produce calves like this, functional cows that'll work in the real world. Folks, we'll start in this pen of horned Hereford bulls. There's nearly 50 of these. They're stout 2-year-olds, being summered on grass, came in on feed in late October. They're not over fat. These bulls will come to you completely fertility tested, and best of all, not a one of them will have ever had their feet trimmed. When you're watching this video, you'll notice that these bulls have a tremendous amount of chest depth and middle in them. We've tried to make our Herefords moderate-sized, hairy, soft-made kind of bulls that will produce females for you. When I talk moderate sized, I'm talking wide-based bulls that still have all the performance in the world to sire you 600-pound plus calves in the fall that you can make some money selling. Performance is always a big thing when we're selling calves, and these bulls definitely have lots of performance punch to make you money with your calf sales in the fall, or whether you want to keep your calves on till spring and background them and sell them that way. When you're considering Herefords, I know a lot of you haven't thought of a Hereford in a long time. You want to look at these bulls because every year we convert a tremendous amount of people to the Hereford industry. When they come to our sale looking at different breeds and they see these hairy Hereford bulls that have all the performance and the length of body and the same amount of hip in them as the other breeds, it takes a year or two, but people always come around, and we do have a tremendous following for this Hereford offering. When you're considering them for your crossbreeding system, think about this, that a lot of the cow herd anymore is totally Hereford free. So when you're introducing a Hereford bull in there for hybrid vigor, you're going to get extra punch out of that Hereford that you don't get from other breeds that are already in that cow herd mix. When you're studying this Hereford section of our catalog, I want you to take note of all the data that we have incorporated into that book. We've got weights, birth weights, age of dam, EPDs, calving ease, and all the gains. We want you to be informed when you're looking at these Hereford bulls, whether it be sale day or 2 weeks ahead of time browsing through our catalog. Those numbers in there can really help you make informed decisions. and I know there's no other Hereford sale catalog in Western Canada that will give you that much information. Folks, our outfit gives you more Hereford range bulls, lots of half and three-quarter brothers than you're going to find anywhere, and all in one day. Best of all, built on a program that's been around for a very long time that values every customer. Before you look at any bull anywhere in Western Canada this spring, you need to check out these horned Hereford and polled Hereford bulls. They're the backbone of a lot of programs. And like I said before, I know a lot of you have never considered a Hereford. Come take a look. These guys will impress you. We'll sell nearly 40% of these bulls on our Sight Unseen program, and most of those bulls go to repeat buyers. Our Red Angus 2-year-olds are mid-frame bulls ready for very heavy service. Let's face it, if you're looking for Red Angus 2-year-old bulls, where are you going to go that you're going to find 70 of these big 2-year-old bulls that are stout made all in one place, one day, from one outfit? The selection doesn't get any better than what it is on February 1st in our sale barn just north of Lloydminster. I know a lot of people when they look at 2-year-olds talk about leftovers. These aren't leftovers, these are held over bulls. Nobody gets a shot at them as a yearling. We turn them to grass all summer. As we back our calving up, we actually offer you more 2-year-olds and a few less yearlings every year, but these bulls through the summer and spring are totally untouchable. This group of 2-year-old bulls will boast some of the best light birth weight heifer bulls, and yet some really, really powerful cow bulls with a little more birth weight in them. But still, our birth weights are relatively moderate. We've been very conscious of birth weights for a long time, so when you're looking in this catalog, the birth weights that you see here should be what you get in your calf crop coming from these guys. We don't have a lot of bulls that are heavy birth weight, so you can use these bulls with confidence on your cows or heifers. They're a very stout, easy fleshing set of bulls, because when we shot this video, these bulls had really only been on feed less than about 42 days. Our dedication to type and performance really shows in this group of bulls. They're very even from end to end. We've got some new exciting genetics in here that I know will interest a lot of people, especially if you've been using our Red Bulls for a few years and you want to branch out a little bit. The cow herd of Western Canada is really influenced heavily by Red Angus bulls, and there is a reason. They're very high maternal, and these bulls have some of the best milk EPDs you're going to find anywhere. These cows sired by these bulls will have tremendous udders and enough milk flow to make you a lot of money. We calve a big cow herd ourselves, and we don't have time to play around with udders that give us trouble. They're just plain gone. There's one place for those kind of cows, especially in the registered industry. If you get rid of them, you never miss them, and you don't have the problem down the road. Our Red Bulls are usually very affordable. These 2-year-olds will typically trade anywhere from $2,500 to about $5,000, and you can buy lots of them within a $500 range. Put together half brothers, 3/4 brothers, and you can go home with a package of bulls that are all lookalikes, or maybe you just want one bull. Lots of people call me and say, well, I just need one bull. That works for us too, because we sell them one at a time. Our bull sale catalog has more data than you're going to find anywhere. We've got EPDs, we've got all the weights and the complete pedigrees on all the bulls. Take some time, go through it. If you have any questions, you can email us or get on that toll-free number, give us a call. We'd love to discuss bulls and the catalog at any time. Red Angus yearling bulls. For this year, we've got nearly 40 of these good big yearlings. We've got exceptional quality and selection. and they're all designed for your convenience and bottom line. We've introduced some pretty new, exciting genetics into this group. Includes Blazing Grand, Buffalo Creek Right Kind, Sabre, Explorer, and our always popular Norseman King sons. You will be impressed when you look at these bulls. From end to end, they've got some hip, probably more dimension than we've ever had in a set of bulls. So come looking to be impressed. There's some bulls in here that are definite herd bull quality. Some 2-year-old heifers that have done tremendous jobs on calves and had enough performance to make the sale. We're pretty impressed with this set ourselves. I'm darn hard on these bulls all summer and all through the year. Only the best of them get to the sale as yearlings. We sort them by age, so it's the oldest ones that we're picking from. This group is very uniform and they're flat good end to end. Lots of half and 3/4 brothers to pick from, so if you're looking to put uniform groups together, it's available in this set of calves. Through all of these bulls, you will notice exceptional depth of body and chest. We are very firm believers that in our northern climate, the only efficient ones are the deep-bodied, soggy cattle. Still got lots of length to them, but they got to have some chest depth and some middle in them to be efficient in our climate. We've built a reputation selling Red Angus yearling bulls. These bulls are certainly not overfed. They'll come to you in perfect working condition, especially if you want to leave them on our bull development till April. Turn them out. They will handle a lot of cows. Take a little bit of care of them in the fall, and you'll have a bull for the next season that will breed all kinds of cattle. We've got some very good new genetics in here that will calve like a darn, smaller birth weights, and you can sleep through the night while you're calving your heifers. Folks, we're one of the only places that rewards you with a repeat buyer program. It's designed for everybody, whether you buy one bull or a group of bulls. It'll refund you 3% on your bull purchases if you've bought bulls in the previous 2 years. You'll want to check it out in the first few pages of the catalog. It's a program that we really do have a lot of fun offering to you. We feed our bulls a total mixed ration. It's silage based. It's always balanced and it keeps them unquestionably sound for their entire lives. 60 Black Angus 2-year-old bulls to start our Black Angus sale. Some really good soggy kind of bulls that can move, as you see that bull there. None of them have had their feet trimmed and they're ready for heavy service. They'll get out and move and do the job that you need them to do. There's no leftovers in this group, a really solid set of black 2-year-old bulls. I know you'll be impressed when you see them on the video, and even more impressed when you come and look at them in the real true flesh. They're sorted at weaning time, and these bulls are held over with nobody getting a chance at them until we sell them as 2-year-olds. They're unquestionably sound, and they're maybe one of the best set of black 2-year-olds that we've ever offered in our offering. Very few places you're going to find have this many black 2-year-olds all in one day from one outfit. New genetics, we've got some predominance in here, stouts, and of course our always favorite Foremans are still in here, one of the last sets of those. And there's some really interesting 1167, we call him Skoll, he's a Copenhagen son. There's some of the thickest black bulls that you're going to find anywhere, and this is natural thickness and really a lot of dimension in those 1167 sons. So you want to come take a look at these bulls before you go anywhere else. And I know that you'll be back in the sale barn on sale day. With nearly 80% of these bulls going to repeat buyers every year, you know that they'll work for you. Our guarantee is the best in the business. If you have any problems, call us first. We'll get it looked after. If you want to turn to page 3 of the catalog, it explains our Good Neighbor program, where you bring your neighbor to the sale, and if you both buy bulls, we'll refund each of you $150. It works real slick, and we've got a lot of people making use of it. Again, this year we've got a real nice set of black yearling bulls for you. There's 25 of them in this group. Some new genetics again as we try to broaden our genetic base, but a lot of good stout bulls in there, predominance, net worth sons, and some of these new Bismarcks that are offered for sale. You'll notice the depth of body in these black yearling bulls, and when you get behind them, a lot of real true dimension, some squareness of hip and things like that. Black bulls that'll work for you, whether you want to breed them to cows or breed them to heifers. The birth weights are all reasonable. We've calved these ones at home on grass, and a very limited amount of assistance even with our heifers. We'll list all the data again on these bulls: age of dam, birth weights, adjusted 205-day weights, and all the EPDs. There's not a one of these bulls has hung around the barnyard as a barnyard pet or had any creep feed all summer at all. So the weaning weights that you're seeing in this book are honest and actual with no help whatsoever. It's whatever that cow can produce as milk. That's the way we want to present this data to you, so it's able to duplicate it when you put it out in your situation. You're not going to find a 900-pound weaning weight in these bulls like you do see in some other catalogs that's had a lot of help along the way. So when you see a 600-700-pound weaning weight, that's what you can expect from these bulls as you move forward into your breeding program. Most of these yearling bulls, no matter what breed, get left with us on bull development for $100. We bring them to you in April. They're semen tested and they are ready to go then. For the new people that have never experienced our bull development program, we put them basically on the same ration. We just want to grow them from sale time till April. And then we'll semen test them using a accredited veterinarian. Bull development's a real win-win situation. We have a real good set of Red Angus Simmental fall-born hybrid bulls again for you. You can use these bulls to squeeze every last nickel out of your cow herd. They work best on a solid cow herd. When you go to calve them, you won't see a whole lot of difference birth weight-wise from any other breed or composite. What you'll see at weaning time is more hip, more hair, and more weight, more length of body. They'll work exceptionally well. They are a little different than what a lot of people have ever considered, but if you study the facts and study the figures, what has happened when people have used these bulls, it's darn impressive, and they really do work. They've made a lot of believers, including myself. I was kind of a skeptic to start with on the hybrid thing, but these bulls work exceptionally well in a lot of cases. They've got some dimension, they'll add length, and they really work well for you. We use Fleckfade Simmental bulls on some really good Red Angus cows, calve them in the fall on grass, then turn them on swaths to breed them for 60 days, and then we just leave them on these swaths the rest of the winter until we run out of swaths. Then we do actually have to start to feed them. Give us a quick phone call on that toll-free 800 number. Folks, our warranty is pretty simple. We've got a battery of loaner bulls. If you have any troubles with your bulls, we want to know first, and we want to know right away. We'll be there to help you. We'll get your cows bred. We'll do whatever it takes. That's the most important part of the cow business. This is a new venture for us. These black Simmental 2-year-old bulls. They're all April born, totally AI sired, and this is a real sweet set of bulls. You'll be impressed when you come to look at them. This is done on a joint basis with the Marin family, and these are, like I say, April born bulls that we've had since weaning. They've never been pushed in that first winter. Then we turn them to grass. We brought them in late October, put them on a silage-based ration. So they'll come to you a little different than your traditional type of Simmental management. They're bred and managed to be with you for a very long time. Like I said before, these bulls are all AI sired and high percentage Simmentals, black on black for the most part. And when you start looking at these bulls, you'll know the quality is there, and you'll also realize that you don't have to compete with registered breeders when you come to buy them. As commercial men, these bulls will be affordable. There's 16 of them in our initial offering. Come look, I know they will impress you. As you watch this video, there's solid black bulls, there's blaze face bulls. Tremendous amount of length, and when you get behind them, that hip impresses you. We had a customer looking at them last spring. I know he would have taken most of them out of there as yearlings, but we wouldn't let him have them. So they're here as 2-year-olds, and I'm sure he'll be back. We ended up having to video these bulls in the pen. We had a few light issues with our camera. One thing I want to tell you, the same as the rest of our bulls, none of these bulls have ever had their feet trimmed. You'll be impressed with the foot structure on these Simmentals. And we offer our Sight Unseen program on them. If you want to check our Sight Unseen program out, it's on page 1 of the catalog. It works very well. We have a lot of people use it, people that have never been to our sale. A real nice set of Black Angus Cross Simmental yearling bulls again this year. These bulls went on feed the end of October and have really gone to town. Exceptional uniformity and predominantly straight black with these bulls. They need to be used to squeeze every last nickel out of those black cows. They'll extend them, they'll put a little bit more hip and a little bit more hair in the calves, and you won't add any birth weight to them. These are sired by some of the very best black Simmental bulls you can find, and they are produced in the Lavoie herd in St. Paul. They will leave you that perfect blend of 1/4 Simmental, 3/4 Angus calves. You'll have Simmental milk, Angus thrift, and just that little bit of extra performance in your calves, a little bit of extra body length to make them sell that much better. You'll top the market with these calves, and yet still have replacements that are moderate enough to make exceptional cows in your herd. We don't have a lot of video of these bulls. We ran out of sunlight and the temperature got so cold that we could hardly make a camera run, so you'll have to come look at them in the flesh. Nearly 20 of these Gelbvieh Red Angus hybrid bulls this year. Full 2-year-olds. They're April and May born bulls. They're all half brothers. Actually, more than that, a lot of them would be 3/4 brothers out of registered Red Angus cows and by registered Gelbvieh bull. Like I say, these are calved April, May on grass, weaned later, and then turned out to grass all summer. And they're brought to you in very moderate condition. They've got extra length of body, and for our Gelbvieh enthusiasts, these bulls will really work. This is probably as good a set of Gelbvieh hybrid bulls as you're going to find anywhere. They're so uniform this year, they really impress you. Gelbvieh milk, Red Angus thrift and hair, these bulls are well worth trying. We will have lots of people move to this pen sale day, so don't get left out just because you've never considered them before. When you're done watching this video, maybe you could pass it on to your neighbors. Send them the catalog also. Once you've both had time to go through all the video and the catalog, you'll want to give us a call and consider coming to our bull sale on the 1st of February. Folks, if you haven't received your free 80-page bull sale catalog yet, give us a call on that toll-free number. It's 1-800-665-7253, or email us at info@hill70quantock.com. and we'll get you a catalog in the mail right away. By mid-January, you can view our catalog online at www.hill70quantock.com, but there's nothing like having it in your hand to go through the data, so give us a call, we'll get you one. Our program turns out some of the very best range-ready 2-year-old Charolais bulls that you're going to find anywhere, and we've got lots of them. Quality from first to last in this group. They're exceptionally uniform, front to back. We don't have time for the bottom end, and neither do you. They're moderate in frame, extra length of body, hairy Charolais bulls. Our birth weights are in order. Most of them are 100 and down. These are primarily polled bulls, white and a few red factors to pick from. They've never been picked over, and they're primarily produced by the Stibileski family on a cooperative basis with us, and these bulls are first time to town. When you stop and think about it, every pre-sort sale in Western Canada still starts with Charolais or buckskin calves. Those calves will top the market every time, and you want to be in on these Charolais bulls no matter what kind of cows you have. The reports back on these bulls from year to year are great. We don't have a lot of trouble with them. They're not hard to handle. They're just good, moderate Charolais bulls that you can chase with a horse, chase with a quad. They've been chased with dogs here too, so you can do anything with them that you want. If you're considering keeping heifers from these bulls, milk and udders have always been important to us, and the Charolais EPDs on these will tell you that there's lots enough milk in them to keep those good tan-colored cows. As our numbers grow on our ranch, so does our workload on the ranch. And we usually go by the motto, ranching smarter, not harder. And a big thank you goes out to our ranch staff that help us every day. They do an awesome job. To the kids and Sherry that have helped with this video, and the dogs, it makes it easier. Whether you buy yearling bulls or 2-year-olds, we have a bull development plan to keep all these bulls for you through till April, and then we deliver them. Matter of fact, we hardly deliver any bulls anymore in February. They're just about all left till April. It works good. We'll recheck these bulls before we bring them to you, these 2-year-olds, and we'll semen test our yearlings. One thing I forgot to tell you is that we're not going to have a picture library this year. What we're going to do is have a little video clip of every bull online. That should be there by early January on our website. Charolais yearlings, we've got 35 darn good bulls again this year. Top quality, end to end, they're very uniform. These bulls are produced on a cooperative basis with the Thurston family of Irma. We've done it for a very long time. These bulls have a proven track record. You can use them on smaller British cows. They'll calve, they won't cause you any grief. And they're Charolais bulls that have a lot of dimension, a lot of hair, and they still maintain a lighter birth weight. Most of these bulls are now polled, so that's an added bonus. These Charolais yearlings are primarily March born, so we're not looking at January, February calves that we're selling here. These are typically a little younger yearlings than what you'll find in some places, but they're still lots big enough to cover a lot of cows this summer. We grow these bulls out, and they're definitely not stuffed full of feed for 5 and 6 pounds a day gain. It'll really show on the longevity of these Charolais yearlings as you get them into 2, 3, and 4-year-old bulls. By balancing the ration and going careful on these guys, we'll keep them incredibly sound, their hooves, their rumens, everything, and they'll last you a long, long time. If you're wanting to call us about any of these bulls, it's on that toll-free number. It's 800-665-7253, and that's anytime, any day. Or our computer's always on at info@hill70quantock.com. That's for the people that can run a computer, and for the rest of us, just go ahead and use the phone. When we're talking Charolais bulls, calving always comes into everyone's concern, and the size of the cows they have. But we have lots of customers using these white bulls on red or Hereford cross, Simmental cross cows, and having absolutely no problem. These calves are getting up and going, and if you want to know some customer names and some testimonials, we'd be glad to give them to you. These calves buy these Charolais bulls. They'll weigh like a brick in the fall, and you'll be darn glad that you turned some of them out. Our handshake warranty is pretty simple. We just want to know if you have trouble, and we'll look after it. We want to know now. We don't want to know 6 months later. It's a little hard to look after a situation after the cows are open. Our delivery policy is pretty simple. We Central Point deliver all these bulls everywhere in Western Canada for free. No matter where you live, wherever your ranch is, we will get awful darn close. We'll drive all these routes in February, and we'll turn around and drive them all again in April. Our phone is always on, and before we leave, we always try to give you lots of lead time. Going Ontario and east, we cost share with everyone on the bulls. We give you lots of lead time notice before they're shipped, and typically we use HS Nil Transport out of Paris, Ontario. They've done it for 20 years. We make all the arrangements from this end, so all you need to do is sit in your yard and wait for the phone call. Cowboys, this is what a lot of people wait for, these commercial heifers that we sell every year. We've got nearly 100 of them between the breds and the opens. In the bred section, we've got Red Angus heifers that are bred back Red Angus. They're due for April 1 and bred for 45 days. We've got some Hereford heifers again this year that are bred for 45 days. Bred Hereford due April 1. In the calves, some real highlights. 10 of these Red Angus Simmental Cross open heifer calves. They're fall born. They're mates to the bulls that we sell in the sale. And then we'll have some of these Red Angus Gelbvieh Sweethearts that we've sold before. They'll be April born spring calves. And we'll for sure have a few more listings as we get closer to sale time from our bull customers. These will be some of the last bred heifers that are on offer this spring, so you'll want to come take a look at them. We'll sell them in groups of 3 and 5, and when it comes to delivery on these heifers, we will work with you to get them to your yard or very close to it. Plan on being with us Friday, January the 31st for customer appreciation, and then Saturday, February the 1st, starting at 12 noon, the sale, and we'll have lunch at 11. Our sale is very clear and very brisk. We'll sell a bull every 54 seconds. We'll have complimentary lunch at 11 and start on time at 12 with the sale. You'll appreciate our padded bleachers and theater chairs to sit in, plus food and refreshments all day long. If you still don't have a catalog or your neighbor's missing one, you can go to our website. It's www.hill70quantock.com.